Hello everyone, welcome back to Nimble Prerana channel again. This video I'll be speaking about the MEXT Scholarship tips and tricks what we seen recently. The first video, the two tricks we shared last 2 weeks back, and it was been attracting for many of you, or like it's been useful and you've been reacting actively. So considering the feedback from the comments and all the requests, so I'm making the next video which is about the two more tricks and insights with some examples for MEXT Scholarship to study in Japan. So what you can make, what are the ideas, two more ideas, let's speak. So if you not watched the previous video, please go and check the recent videos, that is the MEXT Scholarship, 2 tricks and 2 examples in the YouTube channel, Nimble Prerana. So now, in this video, I'll be speaking about 2 major points. It's mostly applicable for many of you, including the undergraduate students and master's students and PhD students. The first one, knowing just adequate, is it enough? Let's say there are so many things and difficult to comprehend all the points for everyone all the times. So what if I just focus on what is exactly required? So it is good if you can make it more, but what if? The second point, what changes would I prefer in applying in 2024 than few years ago? If I apply in 2024, what changes I would do if I am in the application state? So I'm giving my own personal ideas and changes what I made previously, what I find its advantages, and some of the tricks what you can make easy now in this 2024 or 2025 with the ChatGPT and all these things, right? Okay, let's go the first point. The first one, right? Knowing just adequate, is it good? To decode, knowing too much is good, as I said, but competent among many people, so it's good always. But what if, say, like few points, let's put the points clear which are important, and I just focus on those things. Let's see if we can figure out in this video, and even you can add some more points if you think it is the good and it's reasonable to know only these points. What are there in the application? Then decode the points. What are the lacking points from your personal story? Just be realistic and honest in this situation, and then do self-reflection. How can you represent all these things to bridge the gap and the requirement until your final selection? What could be some short things from all these things, right? Okay, let's start analyzing one by one, because what all we are doing is application. So it's like we are sending application, they are going to review, and then they'll give you a chance to talk to you or not, right? So basically you need to focus the application points and then see what is adequate for that. So let me take example for undergrad students for each question, and then master student and PhD student. Of course, for PhD applications, there is 2 categories again: those who are from the regular the popular universities where the teaching and resources are very high, and the normal universities where the resources are a little bit lagging. So there will be difference in the awareness and the knowledge, of course, unless there is exceptions, of course. Okay, the first one, objectives of the proposed research, clear and concise. So be clear and concise. It is okay, just adequate is okay for undergrad level, for master's level who just completed bachelor's. You may need not to be perfect to master this thing. So just be adequate, it is good enough for your successful application for MEXT Scholarship. That is good. For PhD, it's better you add more. Otherwise, you add whatever you can improve. It is good. But this is one point you should include clearly. Previous base of research to the best possible. This is a very large topic, previous base and experience in the research. So try to include as much as possible, and then try to write in a concise way with technicality. So this is the second point you can keep, so that it's like just adequate of these things are enough, something like that. I'm suggesting you this point. So third point in this section, proposed methodology. The previous base of research for undergrads, it's like not required completely if you ask me technically, because they don't expect you to be knowing all these things. And the masters, of course, you need some basis. For PhD, of course, you need more. Like that, you take these points and decode what is just adequate for you. Proposed methodology and the points, their answers. So put it like Q&A, proposed methodology, like what are the methods, what are the solutions, all these headings, and then try to put the timeline also. So this is like checklist. So keep this checklist. For undergrad level, it's not applicable. You don't need to worry all these things, but knowing this one is good, but it's not mandatory. Expected visible outcome. It may be no need not to be perfect at this stage, especially for master's applications and bachelor's. For PhD, it's better to be a bit smarter in this one. There is a chance if you put all this checklist properly, like even the successful applicants, sometimes they may miss something and you may get advantage because you are putting all this checklist properly. Application time, be early applicant. So this you can do. Be the early applicant, don't be late. So we are talking about the embassy recommendations recently and the masters and PhD applications in the university recommendation. So the university recommendation people start from August, September. Normally even I recommend in the website, but there is no exception when to start. Like some people can start way early and can communicate in appropriate way. You should not bring about the scholarship if you can't contact them way early. Like that you can be the application like very early applicant. Applied field, new, different from this is another interesting thing. So for undergrad students, I think it is not completely relevant to this point, but for masters and PhD, let's say you are major in mechanical and biomedical or maybe the data science, so all these fields and even the other electrical divisions. So recently the interdisciplinary research is going very high in all these aspects, so people tend to use their advantages in other domain, like maybe in your lab and in your domain it may be more competitive, but the applied domain there may be short of people in this with this experience, right? So it's better to use the advantages like that, and then you propose if you find any chance like that in interdisciplinary research and if you want to work in that field. That is the first point I discussed, right? All these things. The next point, what changes I would prepare if I apply. So basically I applied in 2021 and I just applied for 1-2 universities and then I didn't apply. So if I am applying now, so I felt I could have applied few more universities and get the experience of interactions. Maybe I would have options to choose and then I could decide. It's per university recommendation. For embassy, of course, you don't have a lot of control, but still you can put more diversity. That I would definitely choose because of the competition and advantages in my field. Like that I could choose. The second thing I would do, I would have kept properly the methodology and the streamline some more details, because I already had a research paper in this area, so it was like I just put it one proposal for all these applications, but I could have kept a few more universities and I could have proposed different projects for different universities. So if not one, the other one could be the winning point for me. So if I apply now, so I would definitely choose different research problems based on my skill set, relevance, little bit, and I'll propose to that university or that laboratory. That is the second one I would change. And the third one, of course, the early application. I didn't apply quite early, but my application, because of my research base, it's already good. So there were some advantages, but I would have applied way early. And then I would have learned my Japanese language. Like if I decide completely I want to come to Japan without any second thought, I have to come here, means I would have prepared more to come to Japan before, and I would learn my Japanese skill more better way than now. That is another thing I could say. The next one, the finances. So finances I didn't review properly. I think I could have planned better my lifestyle, and some of the unnecessary expenses, it will go in vain. So those things I could have done. Then what else? The research papers, the research plans. So I could have kept we could add some more research for PhD you could keep at least 2-3 papers, ideas, unique ideas, so it can develop. So it's it's difficult to kind of judge what the teacher or the laboratory expects. So from the experience and awareness and the internet resources, you can sort out as much as possible. So that's all I could say. A couple of things, and remaining maybe I would I think not so many remaining things I shared already. So I would follow the whatever I did. So the other videos, like, keep watching the recent updates. I am adding more up insights. So if you have not watched these videos, please go and watch, especially these differences in MEXT and general and special program, and living cost in Japan, and rejections 9 reasons, and there are 2 more reasons, MEXT scholarship rejection. So this all gives you insights, and then you can build your profile on the top of these things. So a lot of recent videos are basically the indirect supporting videos where you will get the knowledge and you go ahead and get your scholarship, right? So that's my suggestion, and wish you all the best. I hope to see you again in the next video. Have a good day. Thank you.